Greetings, everyone. My name is Shangay Ja'ara Lila, and I would like to welcome you to a conversation with Jarrell the Griot. Now, I had the pleasure of connecting with Jarrell a couple of years ago. We worked together at an art-based nonprofit organization, and this brother is anointed. I thoroughly enjoy the work that he does, and I felt that it was necessary for my audience to meet him. So, Jarrell, thank you so much for the energy exchange. Can you go ahead and tell the folks a little bit about yourself?
Absolutely. And thank you so much for having me. And to the audience, y'all already know who y'all have sitting before y'all. So I'm not even going to get too deep, but the connection was definitely strong when we worked together. Just her vision and her ability to take little and make a lot with it. Like you definitely had a lot of energy given to the situation as well. So I don't want to overlook that. We were both great in the space that we was in, and now we're not there no more for reasons unknown and known, but we out here doing big things. So I'm glad to connect with you on this, John, man. This is awesome. But as she said, I'm Jarrell the Griot. Not too much about me. MC, educator, entrepreneur. Those are the labels or the titles or the functions that I use to kind of summate what I do and how I do, if you will. But overall, Jarrell the Griot, as a griot is just a storyteller. So I use the gifts and mediums God have provided me and do what I can to tell my story, help other people's story get told, help them learn that they have a story that's worth telling. Like that's all encompassing of what I do in all three of those labels. So I mean, if you could get any more simple than that, then I don't know. But that's probably as simple as I can put it, man.
I love the humility of it all. He's an amazing MC. Everything that he does is just awesome. I'm not just saying that,
Oh, man.
I definitely am grateful that you will be able to talk more about who you are as a person, what influences your art. So let's go ahead and jump right in. I would like to know, how has the creative arts influenced and impacted your life?
Wow, that's a profound question if you had one. Creative arts, in a sense, I didn't even realize the level of impact it had on me until really I got to college. Prior to, I was a latchkey kid, single parent household. So I was coming home from school every day. I didn't go to my neighborhood school, so it's not like I knew a lot of the neighborhood kids. So I spent a lot of time like watching television, you know what I'm saying? As most only children do, watching TV. We sit for hours and hours and hours and watching movies over and over until you get every line of every movie and can do it with the same inflections and all. I was that kid. Growing, we were in the generation of science and tech. So that developed my, logistical brain, if you will, my left brain. And that kind of perpetuated me and pushed me towards going into the sciences. I went to college as a chemical engineering major before quickly switching over to journalism and mass communications, which is how I got in the place of storytelling and, all of the digital media stuff. So overall, creative arts kind of saved me and kind of helped me find my truest self, because I realized that media, television, movies, music, all of that is still considered art. And prior to having that understanding and going to college and getting the level of communication that all of those mediums have, I wouldn't even thought creative arts was a thing. I'd have thought it was like, arts and crafts, making little stuff, which I did a lot of too, because I worked at a lot of summer camps. So I didn't really like creative arts until I realized the broad spectrum that it is.
Isn't it amazing how you find that everything that happens in your life is like in alignment? Like you had to experience all of those changes in order to get to where you are today. And it all makes sense once the thing happens like that. So in college, I studied this, but I felt like that ain't really served me. So then I switched over to this, but actually both of those subjects, both of those trainings helped me into what it is that I'm developing for myself. Yeah, I think that that's just amazing. I just wanted
Yeah.
to throw that in there. So can you go ahead and tell us about your beliefs, how your spirituality has inspired you to discover and remain in alignment with your divine purpose?
It's a level that is almost unexplainable, but in simplest terms, like I have this this equation of life. It's actually, I got merch and all that stuff, so we'll talk about that later. But the equation is passion plus purpose equals prosperity. But each of those entities come from God in my belief. So that passion, that God-given, I was born wanting, needing, having a desire to do this particular thing or express in this particular way. That's your passion. He's the ultimate storyteller. You are a mere small character in this grand story. So your purpose is to figure out what it is that you were supposed to do. What is your character supposed to do while you're here as a part of this grand story? And if you find and put those two things together, that is when you'll be most prosperous. And people always think about prosperity as just like financial prosperity, like having a lot of money. We live in a real, materialistic, capitalistic society. So people always think about that, which, understandably, because we need money. Everybody needs money, because that's what I'm saying. But prosperity in a greater sense is a sense of peace, a sense of your soul can be at peace because you know that you have done what you needed to do. And when it's all said and done, and that's why it's a ever purpose is you ever chase that. You forever chase that, because your purpose is going to be until you're no longer here. So a lot of people die before they drop down, absolutely, because they giving up on what their purpose, that thing, that passion inside them, they giving up on that. So I just believe that God, if you get in tune spiritually, he'll let you know. Like, he'll let you know what it is that you're supposed to do. That burning sensation inside of you, that's God. You know what I'm saying? That's your soul that's crying out to you, letting you know what you need to do. And if you just follow that, it'll lead you to your purpose and you're gonna prosper. So that's how spirituality works in what I got going on.
Yes, I feel all of that. You mentioned a couple of things. You mentioned prosperity, you mentioned purpose, and I'm curious to know what you think of when you hear the word legacy. What comes to mind?
Wow. I hear inheritance. Like, what are you leaving on this earth after you're gone that your offspring will inherit? And when people hear that, it's still thinking about how much money am I leaving my children? How much money am I leaving my grandchildren? Because I believe it's not just your children, but your children's children that should be blessed by what it is that you do here on this earth. But when you think about inheritance, think about, I want to hear my grandchildren saying, man, granddad was such a great person. Granddad taught me how to treat people. Granddad taught me how to work hard and go after your dreams. Like, I want that's inheritance as well, because just as we can pass down those positive attributes, we've been passed down trauma. So if you think about inheritance, both come with that. So I would rather, even if, God willing, I'll be able to also, provide and leave an inheritance financially, to have them set up for success to where they can have the freedom to go chase their dreams. But I think the bigger picture is what type of legacy are you leaving for your family in terms of how they operate, how they love each other, how they love the world, how they love themselves. Like, that's an inheritance as well. So when I think of legacy, I think of that all encompassing, what are you leaving behind for the people that's coming behind you?
I dig that a lot. Yeah, and I look forward to being able to see what it is that you create in honor of your legacy, in honor of, your family. I know it's going to be something monumental and something that not only benefits them, but benefits our community as well.
I appreciate that a lot. I appreciate that.
You're more than welcome.
That's the strive.
It's happening. You're doing it.
That's definitely the strive.
So can you tell us what upcoming projects, events you have coming up? How can people stay in contact with you? All of those good things. We want to know what you got going on over there.
Yeah, man. So as she said before, I'm an MC, so I will be, I'll be popping out here and there. A couple of open mics we got in the works. Every fourth Friday of the month, we at Culture Coffee 2. And I believe that's Northeast DC, near Fort Totten Station, for those of y'all who in the area. We there every fourth Friday, 8 o'clock, Rhymes and Rhythms open mic, and you might catch me pop out, but I do more the behind the scenes production side of it. It's because it's a live stream event, so you'll have some footage of your performances and all that good stuff. We know how valuable that is to artists. In terms of educator, I do programs in the media art space, teaching kids how to do these what I call millennial trades. Like, if you can pick up a camera, if you can work an audio board, if you know how to make PowerPoints, if you any of that level, this media space of creating, if you have interest or desire in that, from any age group, I've done music programs with as young as 9 years old. And I was also a first grade teacher. So I worked with kids of all ages, all the way through adults, as me and Sean Gay used to do. So, in terms of the education space, if you need some assistance in that in any capacity, let me know. In terms of the entrepreneurial space, I have Tha Griotsphere Productions. We are responsible for doing the mission that I said in the beginning, helping people get their stories told. So we're creating both non-scripted and scripted content. I have a show called Our Cinema that drops every Sunday. So make sure you check that out. Sean Gay's definitely going to come and be a guest on that show. So y'all make sure y'all check that out. And yeah, man, just continue to create, continuing to collaborate and work with other organizations to do what we got to do to make sure, this story get told, because our stories matter, man. That's me in a nutshell. If you want to stay tuned, if you want to log in and keep up with what I got going on, IG Jarrell the Griot, at enter_Tha Griotsphere. And then the link in the bio basically takes you everything else. Make sure y'all subscribe to the newsletter. And that'll keep you up to date. I got merch out. It's so much, man. It's so much. We're gonna keep moving.
Yeah. That's why I said I appreciate the humbleness in the beginning.
Yeah, I mean, because that's the whole point, man. It's not because at the end of the day, it's not about me in a sense. It's just like I said, it's my passion, me and my purpose, man. So to other people, it may look like a lot of things, but I try my absolute best to stay humble, because it ain't me. It ain't all me. You know what I mean? It's bigger than me.
I know that's right. Well, thank you so much, Jarrell the Griot, for joining me for this special conversation. All of Jarrell's information will be found in the description or comment section of this video. So make sure you all link up. Again, I'm grateful for the energy exchange. Stay tuned with me, you all, by visiting www.rebelassemblage.com. All of my information can be found there. Jarrell, it has been a pleasure connecting with you in this way.
I agree. Yeah, like I said, y'all see us again on the other side. And we have to profile Sean Gay to let y'all know all that she has done, is doing, will be doing. It's gonna be a great situation.
It always is.
Yeah.
I'm thankful. All right, y'all. Until next time. Peace.
Blessings and favor.